Alright, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Protocol Pegasus here, bringing it back to you guys in Remnant from the Ashes, and today we'll be taking a look at my all-new build, known as the Ritual of the Crusader. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so opening up my character sheet here, we are utilizing the handgun known as the hunting pistol, the weapon mod attached onto it known as Swarm. For the primary rifle, I'm using beam rifle with the weapon mod attached onto it known as unstable quills. Then I'm using Voice of the Tempest as my melee, attached onto it with lightning shock. From there, I'm using one set of rituals hats. Then I'm using the Crusader's Protector for the chest as well as the legs. And for my necklace, I'm using Vulcan's Detonator. For my first ring, I'm using Burden of the Gambler, and then my second ring, I'm using Ring of Honor. Now, let's go ahead and get into the traits. So the traits are going to be as follow. The three primary traits I think you should primarily focus on are going to be Quick Hands, Kingslayer, and Executioner. Of course, like I always say in every one of my videos, that I would highly recommend capitalizing every trait within the course of the game. Just makes your character a lot more well-rounded, a lot more versatile, and from there it really ties the build together as a whole. But for the premise of this video, focusing on those three base talents alone will be able to get you started with this base build. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay. Alright, so we're here on Raw playing on Apocalypse mode, and within this gameplay I'm going to show you the pros and cons of this particular build, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. So, one of the first pros I will go into with this particular build is that it has great AoE potential. Reason being for this is because you can capitalize on using the Swarm mod not only to affect one person but multiple people at once, to be able to continuously mow down people in front of you as well as people behind you without really paying too much attention to them. What's also really nice about this aspect is that it ties in really well with the spikes that's off of your other mod, because once applying spikes onto that set target, what happens is that you can then detonate those set spikes. Normally these spikes only do a chunk of that person's HP, if not all of it, but from there, because it's tied in with the necklace, it allows you to detonate it, and it causing not only a chunk of HP missing or a complete one-shot kill, but it also allows you to go about making it so that it does an AoE explosion and capitalize on being able to not only damage your target but everyone around it, which makes it really nice for effectively killing out bosses. Another cool concept with the build as well is that because you're using one piece from the cultist set, you have the ability to continuously regenerate mod power without you actually trying, which is really nice and effective. Now, I will say, to be able to capitalize on the second armor set that you happen to be utilizing for this particular build, you want to primarily focus on getting headshots with the beam rifle and consistently keeping those headshots steady. If you consistently keep backing off with your particular shots or primarily going for body shots, you will see the damage fall off pretty significantly, and you won't be able to capitalize it on as much as some other base builds can, just because the whole premise of the armor set you're wearing capitalizes on not only increased damage but crit damage as well. So you want to make sure that you're really focusing primarily on those crits, and that's really why I took the hunting pistol as my secondary, because the hunting pistol has a great crit ratio, but it also has really nice accuracy to be able to land a lot of those headshots. Now, I will say this, one of the cons I do have with a particular build is that it is relatively slow in the sense that it takes forever to reload. So from there, the hunting pistol is one shot and then you have to reload, and in some cases on Apocalypse mode, you do not one-shot things with the hunting pistol, which is kind of unfortunate. But with that being said, it is really easy to capitalize on the ability to make up for that loss of damage by swapping over to either a mod or to be able to utilize your beam rifle. One of the primary reasons I went for the beam rifle was because not only does the consistent damage output continuously stack as it revs up, but from there it does make it a lot easier to apply the crit percentage with this particular build. So it is really nice at the end of the day. I do find it to be a lot of fun. It's definitely unique and interesting to say the least, and it's definitely one of the ones I would definitely recommend trying out, if not for the armor set, but for the combination of mod power alone, but tied in with the necklace, it makes it a lot of fun to run around and just nuke stuff. And as you can see here throughout the course of this boss fight as well, is that I'm just chunking his health down. And you can also see too, I'm taking a lot of hits. Like, keep in mind, this is apocalypse mode, but I'm holding my own pretty nicely. I'm taking a lot of consecutive hits, and from there, I'm not actually dying at all. As you can see, he ends up sneaking up on me, and I get chain locked into a barrage. Now, I'm literally taking this barrage and getting 3 stacks of fire implemented on me, but I'm just walking it off and perfectly fine at the end of the day. So this armor set isn't going to be as fast as some of the other sets, but it isn't as slow either. And you can see that I'm just going to continuously apply damage burning effects to the target, AoE explosions take out a lot of the ads, and then from there I'm just going to casually stack up my mod power until I see through it to the end that this guy is no more. So yeah, it's definitely a fun build. It's definitely really interesting. I definitely recommend going about getting your hands on it, trying it out for yourselves, and then let me know down below in the comment section what you guys happen to think about the build. If you guys have any other questions or concerns, feel free to leave it down below in the comment section as well. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe. It does really help me out at the end of the day, and it does push me forward to be able to make more epic content for you guys. So that is something that I highly do appreciate. So those that have already done it, thank you so much. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be it, guys. So if you haven't already, I hope you guys have a really awesome day, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Later.